figures released a very short while ago show that mining production fell by 2% in December. Gold production rose after falling in November, but platinum group metals, their production fell substantially once more by nearly 15%. Total mining production was 1.5% lower for 2014 compared to the year before. That is better than previous years that saw declines of more than 3%. Well, news of yet another decline in our beleaguered mining sector comes as the Mining Indaba at the Cape Town Convention Centre is starting to wind down as the attention turns to tonight's State of the Nation. So what has been achieved, if anything, at this high-level gathering of mining bosses and investors from across the world? To discuss, we're joined by my colleague Nompu Siziba, who's been attending this week. Nompu, take us through the highlights, in your opinion, of this year's Indaba.
Thanks, Francis. Well, I think obviously the highlight was the much anticipated speech by Mineral Resources Minister Ngwagu Ramatlhodi on Tuesday. The place was packed out when he was speaking. Obviously there were mixed views about the clarity of his speech. People are wondering about this new champion that he wants to establish, wondering what that will mean. Will it affect them? And it's created all sorts of rumors about some of the outstanding assets that Anglo-American, for example, has put on sale. People are asking questions, does that mean government is taking an interest in those platinum assets? I think the other highlight was Tony Blair, the former Prime Minister of the UK, who came to speak. There was a massive UK contingent of business people here, so there was a lot of interest in his speech. And I think also today, the focus has been on sustainable development. Gracia Michel, the wife of the former late President Madiba, was speaking, asking investors to be more transparent about what they want to achieve in the mining communities that they want to mine in, and basically talking about more partnership and the creation of funds that will assist communities to be empowered and understand about the benefits of their land and how they can also benefit from it whilst it's been exploited by mining companies.
A very important call, Nompu, and you spoke about that minister's speech that was so keenly watched. Is there any corridor talk that you've come across which sort of a gauge of how investors received his speech earlier?
Well, I think, one of the things is, the major thing for investors is policy certainty. I think that there was a feeling, or there is a feeling, that just didn't come through, and primarily because there is this outstanding piece of legislation which has not been sorted out, the Mineral and Petroleum Bill, which has been sent back to Parliament by President Jacob Zuma, and we have no clue as to how long that process will take before it's enacted and becomes a solid piece of law that investors can actually look at and say, right, this is the framework within which I'll be investing in the South African economy. So I think that's on the negative. And obviously another negative thing is the issue of electricity supply in South Africa. The solutions to that problem are not overnight. The minister did try to reassure investors, talking about alternative solutions like gas and IPPs and all the rest of that. But at the end of the day, it's still not filling the gaps over the next couple of years. So I think those are the kinds of anxieties that are there. Although one thing that did come across is that people say that this new minister, seems to be more pro-business. That's the feeling that they get. But they realize that his hands are tied in terms of being able to deal with some of the processes that need to be dealt with. He can't just sort things out on his own. Other people, other role players have to sort things out.
Thank you for your depth of coverage. That was Nompu Siziba reporting live from the Mining Indaba.